Alright gang, warnings, this is freehand and I'm fighting a spring cold. It's amazing. Anyway, so if you hear me sniffle, you just have to excuse it. I'm going to show you this TONKA T-9. Now, there's a bit of a story about this TONKA T-9. It was given to me, I'd say about 5 years ago, by one of my son's friends who found it in a, I can't remember if I mentioned this cat or not, but he's one of these guys that just does everything. Like, he was tearing down old outbuildings on people's properties and all and hauling junk off. And he brought me this. And it's in bad shape, but it's a T9. Now this is the original piece off of it. So I think this one is from the 70s, early 70s, but it is rusted out pretty bad. And I always wanted a T9, but I never really pulled the trigger. I never had one. I never had the opportunity to play with one as a child, but I never knew anybody that had it. But he gave it to me in bad shape, and actually I think he gave it to me because I had a 9-inch Chevy truck that was blue in, you know, fair shape. I mean, it was, you know, needed to be repainted and all that, and the grill wasn't even busted in it. And he had a blue Chevy truck, same body style, same, you know, round headlights. I can't date the square bodies, but it had to be like a 73 looking thing because they had round headlights, maybe 74. Don't know, don't care. The only Blazer I liked in that body style was the one from Jaws. Do not ask me why. I just cannot explain why. But for some reason, that was a good looking Blazer. But anyway, he gave me this. It's in bad shape when he gave it to me. As you saw with the counterweight on the back, I just showed you. I got it out of my shed a couple of weeks ago. Not really knowing what to do with it. There's a guy in the trade shop county over. He wheels and deals in old Tonkas, and he had one, and it was worse than this. I mean, it was horrible. I'm talking worse with this rusted out counterweight. I mean, this counterweight was in better shape than his. So I get on. Sorry for moving the camera. Also, I have an eye issue right now, so I hope I don't. Hope I don't miss the video up due to that. And I'm doing this too because my old buddy Trey mentioned I hadn't posted any videos lately, and I have a lot of stuff to post videos on, so I figured I'd just run a couple off real quick, starting with this one. So anyway, I get on eBay. Well, I get this out and start looking at it to see if it's worth doing anything with. Headlights are missing on the grill, and so that was on the list to try to buy off of eBay. And the counterweight, the guy I bought the counterweight from had two, and he had one that matched this perfectly, but the one I evidently bid on was the T9 decaled one. So you see the color difference. It is different, but it works. I don't care. I mean, this is as far as it's going to go unless I can find a cheap grill on eBay with the headlights, and I'll replace it then. But if not, so be it. It'll just be like this. This sucker is well used, well played with. Whoever had it, I think, enjoyed it. Good thing is the tracks are still on it. So I'll show you the side view. This is what I always refer to as a roadside. It's not showing up that great, but the engine compartment's not damaged, nor is the seat compartment, and the control handles are still attached. They're not broke off. The hydraulic hose is still attached on both sides and in pretty good shape. Roll cage is still attached. That's the original roll cage. So let me put you on pause for a second. Alright, so here's the back, and I don't have any rivets or a rivet gun that I knew of in my possession. After I went and bought the screws and I scuffed them up to try to, you know, make them look older, didn't do that great a job making them look older, but hey, you know, it is what it is. This sucker is a beat up T9, but it looks okay. But what I did is I watched a couple of videos of people restoring these, and it was fairly easy to pull the counterweight off. I just took forever. I have a big grinder and a Dremel that's about wore out, and it took me forever to Dremel these out, and then it ended up getting my drill. Should have started with the drill and ended up drilling the rivets out. And after I did that, I flipped a roll bar as far forward as I could, and then this is where the seat sits. So what I did, watch one of those videos, is the guy that disassembled one he restored. He did a really good job on it. He took the roll bars completely off, and then he just flipped the counterweight up and pulled it out. So that's how I did this counterweight, and it worked fairly well. Alright, so with this angle you see it's a better view of the engine compartment. Like I said, it's not damaged at all. The tracks, I didn't show you the track on the other side, but they're not split. They're not, fortunately, good Lord, they're not dry rotted. They're in good shape, both tracks, and they both roll fairly well. Alright, here's the view of the front. Like I said, both lights are knocked off of it. I guess it's okay if you really go to look at old dozers that's had a long life. A lot of times, if they did have headlights, one or both are missing. I got a buddy that's got a 1939 or 40 ADN Ford, and when he bought it, it had one working headlight, and the other one, the bucket was there, but the light was gone, and then he busted the one working headlight completely off the off the front of the tractor. Alright, so the blade works. I should have backed up. But the thing about the blade is it was dented right here. And let me flip it over. Alright, so you can see here the blade is rolled over to a flat edge. And it's got a big section missing, and then it continues on here. I don't know what happened, what caused that dent, but when it dented, it tore the metal here. So I just removed it completely. Now, while I got it on its side, I didn't put this in vinegar. I may have to do that eventually, but we'll see. Oh, I take it back. There is track damage right here. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. No glasses and a bad eyesight right now with an eye situation. Got a hole there and a piece missing there. Huh. Made a liar out of me. But anyway, you see how long this sucker sat. See the undercarriage, how rusty it is? And you get back here. Keep watching. It's rusted off. You know. Sorry, I pointed wrong. Right here, big section just gone, rusted completely away. Now I know this is a poor example of a T9, but I'm happy with it. It's going nowhere. I'll set it back on a shelf in the shed, or maybe just set it somewhere in the house. I guess I'll have to go and find me a replacement track just in case that one breaks on me. But we'll see what happens. But that's my pitiful T9, TONKA T9 dozer. I love it. It's cool. Bad shape, and that's how it's going to stay. Gang, thanks for watching.